Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Amaya here at Amaya's Beading channel. Back with a tutorial on a bracelet that I've been working on. Okay, so this is what I've made. This one, I've called this one Joan's Glamour, because it kind of is giving me medieval vibes, with the medieval crosses that they were very fond of, and the different colours, especially this raspberry type. Is it raspberry? No, scarlet, whatever colour. Okay, so this is the bracelet, Joan's Glamour. Yeah, it's quite glamorous as well. So this is what it will look like on. Yeah. And then I've made an earring to go with. Okay. So I am going to finish off the other earring as I always do on my channel. So the earring is obviously made of two components, just like the bracelet. Oh dear. Right, so this is actually not black. It's like a deep amethyst, and this one is black. So I've got odd earrings here. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, so and then I've just made I've just embellished a square crystal, and then attached the earring post onto the back of that. Okay, so let's get that one started. And then as always, I've got some string left. I don't want to cut it there. I always leave, if I'm making components, I always leave one component with extra string on to attach the other one. And that makes things run a lot more smoother. Okay, so I'm going to take this knot out and cut this down a bit. I don't need that much. Just tie it off. So I'll cut some of that off. Okay. Let's get this one going. Okay. So before I get started, I just want to say, what do I want to say really? Yeah, well, last year I tried to manifest some movies to watch, and it hasn't come through yet, but I think it's because I did it at the end of the year, so it must have expired. My manifestation must have expired. But I manifested, well, I asked the universe anyway to show me two Betty Davis, is it Betsy or Betsy? Betty Davis movies, Dead Ringer and Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. Yeah. Dead Ringer. Oh yeah, oh, and then The Jar by Alfred Hitchcock. And then also, now I want to see Citizen Kane with Orson Welles. I seen one of his movies the other day, Necromancy, on YouTube. That was quite interesting. I've been getting a lot of horror movies on my feed lately. Loving that. Okay, so let's get started. So we are going to start with this crystal. So we're going to pick up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to go through. So this crystal has 4 corners, 4 holes as usual. We're going to go through one hole and then out the other one in a diagonal action. Okay. And then we'll do that on all corners. And I started watching Game of Thrones yesterday, and to be honest, I don't know what all the hype is about, because all they seem to be doing is bickering and nattering on about wolves, prostitutes, and dragons' eggs. There's no action at all, except for when I got to episode 5, and it did get a little bit of an adrenaline there, where the guy chopped off the horse's head. And then I thought, oh yeah, they're gonna go into a massive battle now, but no. It was like 2-minute sword fight, and then it ended, moved on to another scene, and then they had a little battle, and that was it. Seems like so far to me, they just seem to be more interested in having conversations and one-ups against each other. It's like an episode of EastEnders. But it's interesting, the way that it's actually got me invested in it, even though there's not much action going on. Not like The Walking Dead, where it just went from 0 to 100 real quick, you know. But yeah, I hope there's a lot of seasons in it, because I like it when there's a lot of seasons. I think The Walking Dead is the one I've seen with the most seasons so far. Okay, right, so now I've completed all corners. Always getting the camera in the wrong place, right? Move over. Yeah, and this way. Okay, right, so we're coming out in the middle here, in between 2 corners. So go through the first seed bead on one corner, and then we're going to pick up 1 more gold, and we're going to go skip those 2 there on the corner and go through the 3rd one. Okay, so we create this here, and then we're going to attach a gold bead in the middle to connect the centers together. Okay, and then quickly do that. Yes. And forgot to tell you guys what the materials I'm using. I'm using 11O Toho gold seed beads, and then 11O gold, 11O pink ones, 6mm. Are they 4mm? I think they're 4mm pearls, 2mm bicones, and a horse-eye crystal, which I think is like 16mm one. Okay. Okay. Right, so now that I've done that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up 3 seed beads. What I'm doing here is I'm coming out of the seed bead that I've added into the corner, and then I'm going to add 3 seed beads straight across into the next corner, like so. Do that all the way around. One more, 2, 3. One more, 1, 2, 3. Whoop. And then I'm going to sew through to the center of the 3. Yep. Oh, I've forgotten what I've done now. What did I do? I added 1. Okay. And then I'm going to pick up 1 seed bead coming out of the center here, and then it goes straight through into the center bead of the next 3. And this will close up the back and just continue all the way. Come on. Right. Okay, and then that's what it's looking like. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through all those corner seed beads, all those ones that I've just added, and tighten the back up. Okay, and that's the back all tightened up. And now I'm just going to make my way through the back here. Okay, I want to get to these 3 seed beads here. So I'm going through the corner seed bead and then into these 3. Doesn't matter what side. And then we're going to pick up our pearl and 2 golds one side, 2 gold on the other side. Okay, so we're coming out of one side of the 3 and go into the other side of the 3, go all the way through 3 of them. So we'll come out the other side. Okay, then go through those 2 and then into the pearl. And then here we're going to pick up 6 pink accent color beads. So that's actually 7. What's that? 6. Then we're coming out one side of the pearl, go back into the pearl on the other side. Okay, and then we create this sort of halo of pink beads, and then go through 3 of the pink beads. Okay, so coming out of 3, we just split that 6 in half, and then we're going to go through the crystal out into the other side. Okay, and it brings the pearl back up. And then what we're going to do here is, because we got these 3 here, what we're going to do is we're going to ignore the middle one and go through the next one on the outside of it, pull that through, and here we're going to attach our crystal. So we're going to go through one side. Okay, pick up gold seed bead and 2mm bicone, and then a gold seed bead, and then we're going to go down the other side. Okay, and then back into those all three gold seed beads in the middle, and out the other side, if you will allow me to, because, hang on. Right. Okay, so we're at the back, like so. Why is... Okay, then we're going to pick up 2, and then go into that seed bead, the gold seed bead at the top here next to the crystal, through the crystal, down that gold seed bead on the other side, and do the same. Add 2, 1, 2, and then go back down. Instead of going through all 3, just go through 1, 2, and then you'll end up in the middle seed bead of the 3, like that. And then we're going to pick up 1, and then we're going to go through the middle seed bead of the 3 here, and this will just add that seed bead here into the corner, and then we'll do the same on the other side. Go through those 2 and then into the middle. Okay, and then that's the back all closed up. So then we're going to go back through these 3 here at the back and back into the crystal, and then through the first gold seed bead, and then back into the horse-eye crystal. Okay, and then down the seed bead that we entered through, then back into the square crystal, and then we can attach the other 3 pink seed beads onto the crystal. There we go. There we go, and that itself is pretty enough. You can just do loads of those like that and attach them on either that side or this side. Okay, so now coming out of the 3, we're going to go through the pearl, then we're going to go down these 2 seed beads here on the side. Okay, and then we're going to go down this seed bead here that was on the corner. Okay, and that will just bring that pearl down like that. Okay, and then we're going to go through this seed bead here on the corner. Okay, so we've created this little corner ditch here with 4 seed beads, and I haven't got my crystal out. Let me go and get my crystal and come back. Okay, so I forgot these 2 crystals here. These are like 2mm, or they're 3mm. I never know the sizes. Oh well. Okay, so what we're gonna do, so we are gonna pick this up and attach it on diagonally, one side and the other. Now I've got a knot in my string. Can I get it out? How is this even possible? Come on. Alright, let me come back. Okay, I successfully untied that. Right, so let's just get on with this, yeah? So we're coming out of the crystal here on a diagonal, yeah? So we've got these 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 beads here. And what we're going to do is we're coming out of the bead on the end here. We're going to go through 3 of them. So these 3 in the middle is what we're going through. Okay, so through. I want to come out the other side. Okay, and then we're going to sew through the crystal and out one side. So on the diagonal, we're going to pick up 2, 1, 2, sew back into that, and then through to the other side of the diagonal. Pick up 2, back in, back in there, and out that side. And then there's one more diagonal. 3. We'll do the same. So in total, we should have 3 corners on. And then we're going to go back into these 2 that we've added. And then we're going to add 1 in the middle and connect the next corner together without adding a bead. Okay, and then put another one here in the middle, connect that corner, and then this is the last corner. Then what we're going to do is we're going to sew through the seed bead right next to it. Okay, so we've got this, and then we'll go through all 4 seed beads. And then we can attach the other side onto this seed bead here, right next to the pearl, and then we've got this. Okay, and then what we're going to do now is sew through until we get to the middle corner here, but we want to get to the other side of that corner. Pick up 2, well, pick up 2, okay, and then so we're coming out of the middle, we're going to go straight across down to the other corner here. All right, go through the middle of the corner and out the other side of the corner. Okay, pick up 2 and then go through to the other corner, that opposite corner. Okay, and then you have this. Okay, so we basically just connected corner to corner. So go through. Ah! Thought I stabbed myself in. So go through, back down into those 2 you've added, and then add a seed bead across the middle of it, and do the same at the top of it. Okay, so you end up with this here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to make our way down here and around into this pearl, and then so we can do the same on the other side. All right, so I've added the other crystal onto the other side, and then we're looking like this. So what we're going to do now is once you've done that, you need to be exiting out of this bottom 2 gold seed beads here that we use to attach the corners to each other, so that we can attach 2 seed beads here to connect into the 3 seed beads here across the middle. Okay, so I've picked up 2. I'm going to go through all 3 seed beads here. Pick up another 2. Okay, and then we're in position now to go down into the other 2 seed beads here on the opposite side. And I had just about enough string to finish this off. So I'm going to tie this off, come back and connect it. Okay, so now I'm ready to connect these 2 and finish off this last earring. So to connect the 2, I'm going to use the pink seed beads to connect them. So we're going to pick up 2 gold seed beads, and then one of these pearls, 2 seed beads, and then we're going to go straight, coming out this side, we're going to go straight through into the pink seed beads on the other component. Okay, and then we'll just do the same and then tie off. All right, I have finished the set now, so here we go, the 2 earrings with the slightly different colored crystals there at the top. You can't really see it it's not that obvious unless you go really close up to it, but that is really beautiful. I love that. Okay, and once again the bracelet, put it on, and the earrings. Okay, thank you guys for watching my channel. I hope you liked that tutorial. Please do like, comment, subscribe or whatever. I'll see you next time. Thank you, bye bye.